We're learning dramatic new details tonight about those horrific terror attacks in Belgium, as investigators around the globe intensify efforts to piece together key clues, the all-out manhunt, the major forensic surprise, and the dark chemistry discovered in a neighborhood bomb factory. We turn now to ABC's chief foreign correspondent, Terry Moran, in Brussels, with all of tonight's developments.
So you never saw your neighbors? You didn't know they were making bombs?
Tonight, in the heart of this city of fear, we're outside the apartment the Brussels attackers made into a virtual bomb factory. The alleged bomb maker now believed to have blown himself up. The building scoured by investigators in protective gear, as seen in this video captured by a neighbor, searching for clues and for the whereabouts of this man in the dark hat, standing next to two suicide bombers who is still at large tonight.
A bomb factory in the middle of this Brussels neighborhood, and people have a lot of questions. How could the landlord not know? How could the government, which checks every rental, not follow up? It seems almost incredible that no one saw anything.
It was an attack that shook this city to its core. Two bombs detonated at the Brussels airport, and then another inside the Molenbeek train station. At least 31 people were killed and 300 injured in the attacks. The human cost seen everywhere. 150 people still in hospitals, 61 of them in intensive care. But an unknown number are still missing tonight. One of them, Emily Eisenman's boyfriend, 21-year-old Bart Mihom.
I just really want to know if he is okay, that I'll see him again, and that his family will see him again, and that this can all be over as if it never happened.
But for some American families, the wait is over. Ashley Bruggeman running into her family's arms in a New York airport, still wearing the same clothes she had on when she fled the Brussels airport. Gaydon Powells from Houston.
We found him. We found him.
Receiving word her 21-year-old stepson was found. He had been unconscious since the attack and is said to have no memory of it at all.
It's over. It's like...
American Karen Northshield has been living and working as a personal trainer in Belgium. She was found. According to her friend Paul Tucker, she's in a medically induced coma.
Someone went to see her today and said that she wasn't in the best condition. We just hope that she pulls through and she gets well as soon as possible.
Journalist Katavan Kardava took this jarring photograph in the Brussels airport right after the blast.
When I realized that I was alive, first I wanted to picture everything, because everyone was on the floor and everyone was in the blood. Look at her face. It was terrific.
27-year-old Shireen Naragi was checking in at the American Airlines counter when she felt a huge explosion.
A lot of people on the ground, almost like a blood pathway to the exit. We saw a gentleman leaning up against the wall there. I mean, he was bleeding. It just seems surreal.
Inside the attacker's apartment, a grim discovery, the ingredients that may have caused these powerful blasts. About 33 pounds of TATP, the so-called mother of Satan explosive used in the Paris attacks last November. Almost 40 gallons of acetone used to make TATP, detonators, a suitcase filled with nails and screws, and ventilators.
What the bomb tells us is that ISIS is able to live off the land, that they're able to instruct people to buy commercially available products, which, when put together properly, become highly destructive bombs.
Police believe this man, Najim Lashrawi, was the bomb maker for this terrorist ring, responsible for yesterday's bomb blasts, as well as the November Paris attacks. He is one of the two men dressed in black in this CCTV photo from the Brussels airport. The other, 29-year-old Ibrahim El Bakraoui. Each of them is wearing a single black glove, which could be hiding the bomb's triggers. This third man, still at large. 5 minutes after that photo was taken,
stay down.
Police say they detonated their suicide bombs in two separate explosions. The blasts tore through Brussels airport, creating scenes of chaos and carnage. New images today of the aftermath, a soldier carrying a victim on his back to safety. While others lay injured and waiting for help, and many more fled for their lives. About an hour later, police say Ibrahim's younger brother, 27-year-old Khalid El Bakraoui, would explode his own bomb inside the Molenbeek subway station. Investigators now believe all the attackers were part of an ISIS cell in Brussels that includes the Paris attacker Salah Abdeslam. Last week, Abdeslam was arrested in the Molenbeek section of Brussels after 4 months of evading police. Authorities now say the timing of yesterday's attack may have been triggered by that arrest, supported by a note found by authorities on the computer of airport attacker Ibrahim el-Bakraoui. He wrote about being in a rush, no longer knowing what to do, being sought everywhere, and spending the rest of his life next to him in a jail cell.
Those remaining members of the cell saw that their comrades were being picked off one day after another and probably thought they had very little time left to conduct the next round of attacks.
For the first time today, the State Department warns Americans that there is a risk of imminent attack when traveling to all of Europe. This morning, prosecutors revealing both el-Bakraoui brothers, born in Belgium, had extensive criminal histories,
non liés au terrorisme.
but that they knew of no ties to terrorism. This afternoon, we learned that is not true. Both brothers had documented terrorism ties. In fact, last June, Interpol sent a worldwide alert about Khalid el-Bakraoui, saying he was wanted in Belgium. The charge? Terrorism.
Brüksel'de saldırganlardan.
And today, Turkey's president saying that same month, brother Ibrahim el-Bakraoui was caught on the Syrian border and deported to Europe. The Belgian authorities were warned he was, quote, a foreign fighter.
What's now clear is that the Paris attacks and the Brussels attacks were all of one cell that straddled the two borders.
And bombmaker Najim Lashrawi was well known to authorities. The TATP found in that apartment a signature of ISIS bomb making found in 7 places across Paris.
The materials in the department suggest more bomb making in progress. They had the precursors there in fairly large quantities.
Those 3 suitcases seen in the surveillance photo, believed by police to be the likely source of the explosions.
It's one of a small group of explosives that can function in a small area. So in a laptop, in a shoe, in underwear. There are others, but this is one that goes under the classification of homemade explosive.
Despite the horror of yesterday, the people of Brussels are already rising up in solidarity and sorrow.
They're going to try and tear us down, make us scared. We're going to fight back.
I was scared yesterday, but here when I see everyone laughing, everyone has a smile on their faces, it means like it's not terror.
You may say I am a dreamer. But their city, their lives will never be the same. For Nightline, I'm Terry Moran in Brussels.
We'll, of course, bring you any new late developments in this investigation as they emerge.